Millions of people all across Europe paused for a moment of silence just a short while ago. Paris, as you can imagine, is a wounded city trying to return to normal. And World News Tonight anchor David Muir is there in Paris for us this morning. Good morning, David.
Robin and George, good morning. A very powerful moment, that moment of silence a short time ago that you mentioned. We're in the Place de République, and you can see behind me the memorial that's growing here really by the hour. And it was here just 24 hours ago. There was that sudden chaotic stampede when someone set off a firework, showing just how uneasy the people of Paris are really feeling in the wake of these terror attacks. And we heard Terry Moran report just moments ago that siege going on in Brussels right now. And you can see here in Paris, they woke up to this image today, that possible 8th terrorist, that manhunt, the fugitive on the run. Everyone aware of this man, just as the Prime Minister here saying we don't want to scare people, but we do want to warn them. We believe more terrorist attacks are planned both here in France and in Europe in the coming weeks.
Overnight, French police carrying out more than 160 raids across the country. These images from the city of Toulouse. And this scene from a suburb of Paris. More than 20 people arrested. French police say weapons seized, a rocket launcher, and Kalashnikovs. All of this as the massive manhunt continues for those responsible for killing at least 129 people and injuring 352. ISIS claiming responsibility. Authorities now identifying the mastermind behind the attacks as Belgian Abdelhamid Aboud, linked, they say, to that thwarted attack on a high-speed train, too. But this morning, a city tormented by deadly terror attacks, trying to regain a sense of routine. People on their way to work, taking buses and subways again. But the City of Lights still on edge after a horrific weekend of bloodshed. Calm turning to chaos overnight at a makeshift memorial at the Place de la République. It turned out fireworks caused the false alarm, sending hundreds of mourners running for their lives, some falling in the confusion. Others taking cover in this cafe, hiding behind chairs. A city shaken by bombers looking to cause mass casualties in areas packed with people. A soccer stadium, a concert hall, and several restaurants. The deputy mayor here telling us the entire city stunned. When you see the bullet holes straight through the windows of the restaurants that they drove by and fired in on innocent people, that's something that's entirely new.
Yes. I must say, this is not Paris. This is not Paris.
The terrorists did not discriminate, shooting concert-goers one by one. You could see the hostages trying to escape mid-concert at the Bataclan Concert Hall, flooding an alley, some hobbling wounded, others being dragged to safety. A pregnant woman dangling from a window, crying for help. Surviving hostages telling French media the bombers urged one another to cause maximum carnage, as they were not planning on leaving alive. Among the dead, the merchandise manager for the American band Eagles of Death Metal, killed on site alongside nearly 90 others. His girlfriend writing on Twitter, "You are and always will be the love of my life." And there was 23-year-old Noami Gonzalez from California, a design student studying abroad here in Paris from California State University, Long Beach, killed at just one of the many restaurants targeted by those gun-wielding terrorists. A vigil was held for her Sunday evening.
She'll always be in my heart, and I think she's going to be in everyone else's heart, too.
And amidst the horror, the tragedy, tales of hope and heroics, Roman Renewal says he lived near two of the restaurants that came under attack and felt it was his duty to be there beside the dying.
So why did you kneel down beside them?
What could I do? Ignore them? I'd just say do what you can. You're not a doctor. You can't help. You can just show feelings to people. Don't let people die alone.
We've been traveling throughout Paris, and just to give you an idea of the scope of the response here after the terror attacks, more than 150 searches, 23 arrests, and as we're on the air here this morning, 104 people under house arrest right now. And Robin and George, that was an incredibly powerful thing to hear from that man named Roman just a short time ago, who said he lived near two of those restaurants, went outside to kneel beside the people who were dying. He said there were multiple medics there, but they simply couldn't get to everyone, and he thought it was the least they deserved to have someone bear witness to what was happening in their final moments.
What an act. Okay, David, thanks very much.